I'm Sam and thank you for tuning back into the channel. Today I'm going to briefly talk to you about the Makita random orbit sander and to show you and demonstrate to you all of its basic functions. So stay tuned to find out how good this machine really is. This is just the bare unit. There's no frills or spills, no batteries, no extras, just instructions. One sheet of 120 grit sanding disc, the dust collection box, and the tool itself, which says it's made in China. So anyway, here we go. It's a standard hook and loop system. You've got the dust extractor holes in there. It's relatively light. Screw in the back of the dust port and hinge at the front, so I assume that's so you can rotate the extractor hose if it's getting in your way, or maybe it's so you can remove it to service it and remove any extra or clogged up debris you might get in there. It's a 3-speed machine controlled with the buttons on the front there. This is a starter and the 0 is the stop, and it's perfectly positioned so that you've got your hand on it and yet the fingers are always over the buttons. Battery just slots in the back, and actually that unbalances it slightly. It does put a bit more weight on the back. Pretty obvious really, because that's where it is, but it's not too bad at all. I suppose once it's moving you're not really going to notice it. So dust box on the back, nice snug fit, and again it doesn't really get in the way at all. Loads of clearance underneath your arm as you're moving it around. One thing I will try here as well though is the dust port that comes with the Makita vacuum. See if this fits. Perfect. However, by putting this on here, obviously with the hose attached, it's no longer cordless technically. You've got this big pipe in the way, but it will help obviously remove all the dust, keep more of it out of the atmosphere. Always going to be better than using a dust box. So what does it actually weigh? Let's find out. And this is in grams. So the machine on its own is 1,007. Sorry, I can't read that upside down. 1,707 grams. Just add the dust box to the back, and that takes it up to 1,834 grams. So it's not really very heavy at all. So being a random orbit sander, what this actually does is instead of it just spinning in a circle, as it spins in the circle, it moves up and down and left and right. That's how it's supposed to work. So if we attach the hook and loop disc to the base and get that lined up with the holes, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stick a little piece of blue tack to the base of it, and hopefully when I slow the video down you'll be able to see the movement, and also give you a good idea of how loud it is and the different speeds. So on speed 3, so good in fact is just throwing the blue tack off. Give me a second. Let's try that one again, shall we? So take the blue tack. Oh, it's very cold in here, it's probably why it doesn't want to stick too well. Right, so let's try this one again. So speed 3, because that's where it always starts on the fastest speed. Down to 2. See if you can see it on the side edge as well. I don't know if you can see it there as well. And down to 1. And if I push the button again, it takes it straight back up to 3. And that's the stop. So there we have it. It's a great little tool. So the next thing for me to do is to find some timber and actually try it out.
As you can see, I've got this old piece of timber here which has been lying around for ages, complete with spider webs, paint splashes. Pretty rough sawn piece of timber actually. So I thought it was a good piece of timber to try the sander out on. So obviously got my safety gear on. Going to be using the 120 grit that came with it. Let's see what it can do. Oh, well, that was a bit of a kick. It's where you can see it's definitely clearing the top surface of that timber off, smoothing it off a bit. So I just bring it down to the second speed. Makes it a bit easier to use. There's quite a lot of vibration coming through my hand onto the and all that wants to do on the first speed is just jump around. But there we go. I mean that's definitely done a really not a bad job whatsoever actually. But the one thing that did get me straight away is that I'm actually right-handed, which is probably maybe why I caught me by surprise. I'll do it again just very quickly in my right hand. That jumps around, wow, and that gripped quite a bit, and I actually forgot to put the dust collector on there as well. Oh, it just fell off. Either way, anyway, that wasn't on there. It jumped around quite violently, so that did catch me by surprise. The grip of the sandpaper and the actual force of the sander itself, it actually, as you saw in the video, just took my hand off with it. So maybe that's a bad thing from my point of view, that I would prefer that to be a start on the slower speed and then you work your way up. So at least you got hold of it and you got an idea of the direction in which the sander is going to be working in. So I hope you found this video informative. Some of the things with this completely took me by surprise. I don't know if you own one of these yourselves, please let me know, and let me know what your opinions are of it. If you'd like to see the difference between this one and the Makita finishing sander, well, here's a link for it right here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you very soon.